So this is the other half of the Anna Sorokin lawsuit or indictment. And I find it interesting that they make sure no matter which language you speak, they make sure they communicate with you in your language. I'm not even sure what this is actually saying. Let's see. If you're not a United States citizen or plead guilty to any offense or conviction by trial verdict or youthful offender adjudication subjects you to a risk that adverse consequences will be imposed upon you by the United States immigration authorities. So it looks like they go out of their way to give some information to people who are not citizens of the United States. So there's several different languages here. And let's just get on to the Anna Sorokin portion. Here we go. So basically, they hit her with several different counts. There is an attempt to commit the crime of grand larceny in the first degree in violation of Penal Code 110 slash 15542. And basically, they're just saying an attempt to steal property from City National Bank and the value of the property exceeds $1 million. So there's that charge. And an attempt to commit a crime of grand larceny in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 110 155.42, which is an attempt to steal property from Fortress Investment LLC and the value of the property exceeds $1 million. Another grand larceny charge in the second degree in violation of Penal Law 15540, Section 1 or Part 1, stole property from the City National Bank and the value of the property exceeds $50,000. I guess in these other charges, there was an attempt. In this particular charge, they're saying she actually stole money. And then there's another charge, grand larceny in second degree in violation of Penal Law 155.40, Part 1, stole property from City National Bank, value of property exceed $50,000. I think I just read that. No, this is actually different. So there's two of those counts. And then another count, grand larceny in second degree in violation of Penal Law 155.40, Part 1, stole property from Rachel Williams and the value of the property exceeds $50,000. So Rachel Williams is probably going to be that friend that was conned into that extravagant trip. I'm not sure, but it looks like this might be the case because she's the only actual person listed here. Another charge for theft of services in violation of Penal Law 165.15, Section 3 or Part 3, with an intent to obtain air service without payment of unlawful charge thereof, and to avoid payment of unlawful charge for such transportation services which had been rendered to her. So I'm not exactly sure what this one is about. But anyway, moving on. Grand larceny in the third degree in violation of Penal Law 155.35, Part 1, stole property from Signature Bank NA, and the value of the property exceeds $3,000. So, I mean, as you can see, there's just charge after charge against her for her fraudulent uh, adventure that she had in New York. Theft of service in violation of Penal Law 165.15.2 with an intent to avoid payment for restaurant services rendered, and theft of services in violation of Penal Law 165.2 with an intent to avoid payment for restaurant services rendered. Looks like there's two separate charges for that. I don't know why. Then there is another count, theft of service in violation of Penal Law 165.15 to an intent to avoid payment for restaurant services. So it looks like there's like three of them. And that's pretty much it in terms of the actual charges. So I wanted to take a look at some of the code behind some of the charges against Anna Sorokin. And I came across this website which basically codes the penal code, I guess, for lack of a better word. And basically, I think one of the charges was 110, 155.42, grand larceny in the first degree, which is a Class B felony. So we click on that, and here it is. A person is guilty of grand larceny in the first degree when he steals property and when the value of the property exceeds $1 million. Grand larceny in the first degree is a Class B felony. So I was actually able to find Class B felony on the same site. And this section of the site basically lists several different felonies. So we basically have a Class B felony for violent offenders, and then we have non-violent. So it looks like if you're a violent offender, it can be your imprisonment can be anywhere from 5 to 25 years. And non-violent, it can be 1 or 3 years, max 25 years, which is a little bit confusing to me. Now, we do know there are several different counts against Anna Sorokin, so she is definitely going to get more. I think in the end, she ended up with 4 to 12 years. But basically, I guess what's happened is that because of all those counts, they all added up, and she has to serve them one after the other. When you click on Class B felony nonviolent, it's just going to take us back to, well, actually it's going to take us upon the path in which we're going to go back to information we've already seen. But basically we've clicked on it. It says felony means an offense in which a sentence to a term of imprisonment in excess of 1 year may be imposed. So I think the Class B felony we were interested in was grand larceny, 15542. So when we click on that, it's just going to take us back to where we were, which basically gives a definition of grand larceny.